You'll never walk alone. Something that PG Del Rizzi will never understand here. Throwing us under the bus. Let's welcome in week 2 of You'll Never Walk Alone with Terry Tam and Moe Khan here at the Uncle Ed Studios in lovely northeastern Central Laval.
South Central, downtown, east, north, and Laval, Montreal, west side, and west island.
Northeastern Central Laval.
Following the worst episode of the Nation of Constipation.
You're crazy, man. Nation of Domination, man, is the best.
Nation of Constipation.
Speaking of constipation, we'll go through the...
Speaking of constipation, here's Div 5.
Div 5, yes, at the bottom of the rung of FPF divisions here. We'll go over everything out here. We'll look at the 3 games. We'll talk about the 2-0 teams, 0-2 teams. Break that down. Terry's lesson of the week as well. A lot to get to in this podcast and much more here on You'll Never Walk Alone.
Very excited.
I know you are excited.
Always.
Let's dive in. Opening drive here. First game, KGP Light against, was it Top SZN or is it Top
I don't know.
Zins?
Top season.
Top Zins. Tops crush KGP Lights, or crush a few KGP Lights.
A few KGP Lights.
44-6. Jordan Maxwell, 7 TDs. Jamal Henry, who shouldn't be in Div 5, 2 TDs. In fact, this guy's prepping for the CFL Combine. So he's playing Div 5. Go figure. Neil Korber, 1 TD, 3 INTs. Honestly, Terry, was this man amongst boys?
If you think about it, there's more men on the KGP Light than there are men on Top Season. They're all young kids that just know how to play. I mean, it's not that it was just more athletics over non-athletics, if that's what makes any sense. The only player the KGP Light had on their team that would give them any edge would be Tim Kramer. Yeah, of the Rainmakers Division 1
and Sandlot Saints,
of course. But he was isolated to the right side. I didn't even notice him in the game. I only noticed him because I know who he is. But other than that, I mean, their team is not that impressive. They brought Ophir Levy, somewhat of an experienced player, but not really somebody that's going to break a game away. It was deep ball. It was posed down the middle. It was just pick here, pick there. It was all over the place. It was not fun to watch at all.
Speaking of fun to watch, KGP Light, what is wrong with this team then? I mean, if you talk about the guys you listed, Ophir Levy, who's had experience in FPF, Tim Kramer, as you made the point, has had the Harvard education playing Div 1. This KGP Light team, I thought, was sort of going to be the feeder for the senior team. And Phil Keller, of course, was a part of the team last year, but now it's different.
They're missing a few guys, and they're missing
a lot of guys off this team. This team isn't what it once was. It's a shell of themselves. What is wrong with them?
I think Corbett, as much as he's trying to do, it's not working out. He was trying to force the ball to Kramer. It wasn't. The defense could read it right away. I guess they knew who he was. Whatever the case may be. He was trying to keep it. He wasn't trying to keep it simple. If you keep it simple on a explosive team like Top Season, then I don't even know how to pronounce their name. Then you'll be able to move the ball, but they couldn't march the ball at all. They couldn't move it. Couldn't move the sticks.
Jordan Maxwell, great game. No INTs yet. 13 TDs, I believe, so far through 2 games. Yeah. Early candidate for QB of the year.
Early candidate for QB of the year. Don't think we're going to be talking about him towards the end of the year of QB of the year. This is all fundamentals. He is great. Jim and I were watching the game. He has great fundamentals. But the only thing is that he looks off his receiver the entire way through. So as soon as he plays against the tougher defense, they're going to be able to either knock it down or pick it off or read him. If he plays against a good rusher, he sits in the pocket, does not move a lot. He's good, don't get me wrong. Top quarterback, I think there's a lot better quarterbacks in this division.
I don't see that happening here. Let me tell you. That's what Gruden would say right now, right?
I'll tell you what, man.
I don't see that happen, man. We'll go look on the computer over here.
He runs that Spider 2Y banana pretty good, I'll tell you.
There's actually a t-shirt for that, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
cool. There's the t-shirt for the...
Spider 2Y
the Sunday Night Football or anything happens on Sunday Night Football or
that's
except on Monday Night. What was
For those who don't know, John Gruden, Terry and I like to do John Gruden-isms a lot, and you'll see that throughout the year.
Tell you what, man.
V-Nation Jays. Tisdale, 3 TDs, 1 INT. 3 receivers from V-Nation caught a TD pass.
26-7 V-Nation, by the way.
Yes, I was going to make the point right now. 26-7 V-Nation.
Not in the prep.
It wasn't prep.
It was not. It's literally not that.
All right, there. Relaxing the Geratron 3000 there, Eagle. Impressive win. Early season win for V-Nation.
Yeah, against an experienced team like the Jays. I thought the Jays would be able to win this game. I don't know V-Nation that well. A few other players in their team I can recognize. Splitting the ball up. I mean, there was a few posts down the middle that the Jays were just blowing coverage. There was a lot of drop balls on the Jays side. There were a lot of drop balls by number, I don't even know his number anymore. I think it was number 88. He dropped the ball like about 4 times that I saw. And I only caught, let's say, 75% of the game. And Hyman Long he couldn't move the ball. He obviously those drop balls. Then as soon as, let's say it's a 3rd and long, he's trying to force a deep incomplete pass. You punt, and that was the story of the game. A few picks here and there, but overall it wasn't.
You talk about Hyman Long. Is this offense too conservative? Because it seems like they have not taken that next step to say, "Okay, we can drop 30 on a game or on a team in any game throughout the year."
Well, he has to be conservative because he doesn't really have a good deep ball. He has those short routes that he uses very well. Deep ball is not in his arsenal. Overall, I'm pretty. Overall, just I don't know. I just feel like his offense is a little bit too conservative. It could work in Division 5, but against really explosive teams, it won't work.
Road Warriors team bench press.
My team,
16, 17.
Number one fan, Road Warriors.
Yeah,
right
no
here.
man,
Yeah,
Hawk
my
Animal, you know. Green versus Green Lantern Corps. GLC bench press the Road Warriors 39-7.
Yeah. Not fun at all, man. Darnell Danglade on this team. Darnell Danglade.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a bit later.
Former star in Blue Mountain States.
Former Montreal Alouette, Anthony Barrett catching a nice touchdown.
Yeah, your boy.
Anthony Moose Barrett. Okay, the story of this game was...
Well, Kevin Loubet, 2 TDs.
Kevin Loubet, 2 Ds.
Mendy Cardichon, 5 TDs.
Mendy Cardichon was on fire.
Yeah. In Fuego. Mike
yeah.
Bagnato.
Mike Bagnato. The thing about Mike Bagnato is that his offense, other than Darnell, they had not a lot of speed on their offense, right? So his receivers couldn't get open quick enough, and he likes to move around. Even though he's a bigger guy, he does like to move around and he uses his feet well. But he would get sacked as soon as he'd look, and then all his players would be covered because they're not fast enough, right?
So how ugly is this offense then to watch?
It's pretty nasty, man. Honestly, Darnell dropped a few balls, and I was very upset because
it must be the bench press. You know?
It could be, yeah. Bench pressing competition. I even told them they didn't like it too much, though. Whatever. Darnell, honestly. Honestly, Darnell, I was not impressed at all, man. He dropped a few touchdowns. He dropped a pick. He got blown one time. Not the Darnell we know from the Wolverines. He got blown one time, maybe more times. Hopefully more times for his own sake. But not the impressive Darnell Danglade that we had in the Wolverines.
No,
in 2008.
They don't have the speedster though to stretch a field.
Darnell's the only one, but he's not as fast.
Yeah, but he's not gonna.
He's also 30 years old.
Yeah, right? Exactly. He's not how he once was. A GMC. It's ugly, but it works though.
It is ugly, but it works. Keep Mendy behind center because Jerson threw one pass and it's not looking good. It does not look good for him. So he should stick to receiving.
Is this the best defense? 6 INT so far through 2 games?
No, absolutely not. No, not at all. They're a good defense because Kevin Lubin runs it well.
Mm-hmm.
Mendy's very, very good. Also, Mendy's one of the better players in this division for sure.
Yeah.
But not the best defense. No, there's a few better defenses.
Fair enough. Other week 2 observations that you saw from the past week or last weekend for Division 5.
I find there's a lot of athletic teams, and not the way that I usually call it athletic, just overall athletic. But I feel that a few teams are trying to do too much, and they're not keeping it simple. Little short routes, little drags, little 5-yard hooks with a post up top, things like that. They're trying to be too fancy, and it's not working. I.e., KJP Light.
They'll learn from me. Maybe Terry's lessons will be one of those.
Maybe
lessons.
I'll come in as a quarterback if you want.
You never know. I'll tell you what, man. I saw you in those green socks.
You like them, man?
You're pretty good over there, pal. I'll tell you what. Anyway, coming up next year on You'll Never Walk Alone, we will talk about the best 2-0 teams. Which one is it? Who was the best one? And does Terry think there's a finalist from one of these 2-0 teams that could go all the way to April 18th, which is the Side of the Road show in Brossard, Quebec? Stay tuned. Terry Tam, Eagle, GM, who's in the corner now, texting his girlfriend, I believe, and Moe Khan here. Uncle Hood Studios in lovely North Central Laval.
Downtown, West Island.
Coast to Coast Studios. Don't forget, that's Australian Rules Football you did. Come up next after You'll Never Walk Alone.
Aussie Rules Footy, baby.
The Uncle Mike Show. I believe he has a hunter coming in one of these weeks. He was
A hunter?
Yeah. Can you imagine, hey, buddy, can you go
Are you
outside?
sure his last name isn't Hunter?
Maybe. You never know. Anyway, point being, he may have a hunter coming in the show.
Hunter S. Thompson?
Oh, no, not him.
Dead.
But, yes, dead. I can see the guy. Hey, you two, can you go in the field for a minute? Let's go further in this snipers.
And then we'll just have peas run back and forth.
Yeah, duck hunts. Here we come.
They're all ducks.
Well played.
Oh, man, nice Eagle. Nice.
Well played, Eagle. The best 2-0 teams. Which team is the best one? And we'll go through the list. LVF, Griffins, Goats, all in the same division. They're 2-0. We have TD Beers, Sticky Hands, Tops, and Old Guns at 2-0. Not many to choose from here.
No.
We'll go through the first trio of teams. LVF, Griffins, Goats. Let's go through them.
Not many to choose from because it confirms what I said at the beginning of the year that, last week.
Not that long ago, pal.
Not that long ago.
No.
That there's going to be a lot of parity in this league, and I don't think any team's going to go undefeated. So I think the best team that we're looking at right now is probably Griffins in that division.
Yeah. They're good.
Mm-hmm. You like the Goats. I know you're...
I'm a big Goats guy.
You got boner for Goats.
Yeah, dude.
You know it's illegal in Quebec. Yeah?
Maybe. I don't know. Goats
it might be good in India, but not here.
Who knows? Goats, I like them a lot. I really do. And again, they showed a lot in their victory last week on the weekend. And at 2-0, look, I'm not saying they're going to beat Griffins, but they will give the Griffins a
When do they play? Do they play this week?
We'll look at the Geratron 3000 and see when they play.
I love that name.
But I think the Goats, honestly, though, they will give them a good run for their money because they're growing into this league here. And speaking to one of the guys, they're a young team, a bunch of guys who played high school ball and stage ball together, and they do play them week 4.
Oh, week 4.
Weeks time.
Okay, so 2 weeks time in Brossard.
In Brossard, which I'll be watching for sure.
I think I'll be there too. I might be in Lachine.
Yes.
GM, confirm or deny?
We'll find out.
January 31st, Brossard or Lachine? All right,
we'll find out. They'll give them a good run, though. And but I agree. I think the Griffins are the best of that division right now. And Papich and that team of guys that he's played with for so many years.
Sasha, Alex, whatever your name is, doing great.
And a punter from McGill.
He's a punter from McGill?
Yeah.
No friggity way.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, had a pretty good year last season. Griffins, I agree. I think they're the best of the 2-0 teams there.
Griffins.
TD Beer, Sticky Hands.
Going Sticky Hands. I think Francois has a good he's a good hold on this offense. They're all good buddies. They played with each other for a long time. A lot of tackle guys on this team. If Francois can just continue doing what he's doing, they can make a good run, and he can be nominated for quarterback of the year with very little INTs.
Your team, top.
We'll go them or Old Guns, I guess. Old Guns, I don't see them going further than what they have. I mean,
or that Ray Starwar, man.
Hey, you got Ray Starwar, man. This guy.
Tell you what, man.
Looking pretty good over there, man.
Yeah, man.
He lost some weight. Last year in the spring, I think he had like a pick 6 in the playoffs. He had a few pick 6s from both teams he played for.
Too many tandoori chickens late, you know?
Top Zizin and versus Old Guns, I guess we'll say it. Vince Pisano, that's the quarterback's name?
Yeah, Pisano.
He is he's very impressive for a guy's age.
Well, he's made some clutch throws. I score kept their game last Saturday in Brossard, and their team, they had pieces. It's a matter of the chemistry gelling together. I know they played last year together, but a lot of the guys who they had on that team aren't there. And I think this year, given who the core is, they can make a lot of explosive plays happen.
Yeah.
And
we'll see.
7 wins, maybe? Who knows?
7 wins?
You never know. Okay, out of this group, though, what we've listed,
I think Sticky Hands are the best team.
But are they the team that you would say, I put down $5 right now that they'll go to the Div 5 finals?
No, I can't. I'm not.
So you're not confident right now?
I'm not confident
in
enough.
these group of undefeateds right now.
I'm not confident enough. I still have teams like Gators. I still have teams like those
who look pretty impressive yesterday.
Yeah, who I think they're going to make it to the finals.
Absolutely
not Killuminati.
Eddie Martinez was pretty impressive.
Yeah, Eddie the Latin Hustle Martinez.
Yeah, man. 0-2 teams. We'll go on the opposite end of the spectrum here. Jays, Lelou, Venom. What is this? LGE?
LGL, I guess. LGL apostrophe.
That's best, yeah. X-Men and the Pack. Those are the teams.
Worst team?
They're 0-2. can they get out of this funk and maybe make a run for a playoff?
I think
spot?
X-Men, the team with the most experience, they'll be able to get out of this.
Yeah,
funk.
but they're not the
Jays
same
as
team,
well.
though.
They're not
They're
the same team.
they're
But they still have Wade Williams. They still have Guantanamo Bay. They still have Guantanamo Bay on their team. They don't have that big tall guy. Remember that big
Alba Hauser?
Yeah, Alba Hauser.
Yeah, he went to Concordia and disappeared in the abyss.
Into the abyss.
Never seen him again.
Anyway, I think X-Men will probably have. They'll probably bounce back. Experience always does well in this division. Jays as well.
The Pack, though, I mean, I know that they're Div 6 promoted team.
The Pack, they won Division E? No, they won Division 6 to win last winter.
They won the regular season division, but they lost in the playoffs. Remember
lost in the playoffs to...
Krebs got hurt.
Krebs got hurt, but they lost in the playoffs.
Anyway, I wasn't that impressed with them last year. They had Goldstein, the receiver. I don't know if he's still
Andrew
on the team
April.
this year. Yeah.
They had a whole bunch of guys there.
But I think they're going to bounce back because they are a pretty athletic team. They're very good. They understand. Like Ryan Lefcourt's, I mean, these guys are very vital to their offense, but I don't think I'm not looking forward to a good season with them.
Venom,
Maybe 4-6.
I have no idea why Venom's in Div 5. They should be a Div 6 team. That's what they were last year. They were 0-10, and they were in Div 5, and they have no reason to be in Div 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Look at their win-loss record so far. They lost 45-6 when the game was over to Sphinx, and they lost 44-12. So a 6-point improvement on their offensive output. But the point is,
And Frankie at quarterback.
oh, Frank K has not played quarterback.
Oh, he hasn't played quarterback
No,
for
he's
them.
not.
Okay.
No, he's not. Anyway, out of these teams we've listed, I don't want to. Any chance that they can make a run, or is the same thing?
No run for them either.
But then,
like I say, the best option would be I'd look at X-Men, but I don't see them being able to beat any of the teams that we named last week as top contenders. Well, you never know. Week 6 can be a completely different thing, and they can be bounced back and be 4-2. You know.
And the 4-2 teams we have right now, X-Men, Pack, and Jays, they are doing their thing. Well, we'll find out. Look, it's 0-2. It's tough. If you go 0-3, it's tough to get out of that 3-hole.
Bounce back, and especially if we're nailing it at 6 wins to make a playoff.
Yeah, you have to
or
go
at least
6-2
5
at this
4-1.
point. Yeah.
Then 0-3 is very hard to recover from.
Yeah. If you're 0-3, that means you got to go 6. Well, at least 6-1, whatever it is, and who knows? 5 wins might be cutting it. Who knows? Coming up next, we'll do Terry's lessons of the week.
He says continue.
We're continuing here. Okay.
Yeah, we'll continue with Terry's lessons. I don't mind.
Oh, it is a fun segment here. Terry's lessons of the week. So, for those who don't know, Terry, explain what your lessons consist of.
Well, this is me calling you guys out if you're not playing well, you know, if you just suck in the bag or whatever the case may be. In this case, it's signing Division 1 players or guys who do not belong in Division 5 to your team and not winning.
Okay, so there's
i.e. 2 men that we mentioned earlier. Tim Kramer for KJP Light, plays for the Rainmakers, defensive stud.
He's a nice guy.
Great guy.
Sweetheart.
Barely even know him. Great guy. Darnell Dangley, great guy. What the hell, man?
Terrible actor, Darnell.
Really?
Yeah.
Blue Mountain State?
Blue Mountain State. We were on season 1, him and I. Episodes 14, 15.
I saw you on one of those episodes.
Yeah.
You were standing in front of the house. There was like
There was
I recognized you. I just honestly, I think if you're adding these guys on your team, it's because they're gonna do something. And if you're not using them properly, just get somebody else the time.
I'll tell you one thing: the chicks were gorgeous, though. Oh man, were they
on BMS?
Yeah, man.
One of the I went to high school with a girl that got she's in the song, she's in the intro, and she's in her like,
well, we won't describe it. Watch the show.
She's in lingerie, and so I wrote her a message on Facebook. Hey, I saw you on the show. Deleted me. No, but it was just lingerie, right? Because she's very religious, I would say. Yeah. And so I put it on. I said, hey, nice to see, like I saw you on the show, and she deleted me. Same thing happened to 5 of my friends after.
Yeah. Well, I made a friend out of it.
Cutie Pie 1000. Her brother got drafted by the Expos.
I'll tell you what, man, it's pretty impressive. So that's your lesson of the week?
That's my lesson of the week. Sign them, use them well.
Fair enough. We'll have our Stevie G start next week.
Stevie G moment of the week.
Stevie G moment of the week. Div 5 again. It's still early in the process, but again, we're sort of seeing it now shape itself. Where maybe the contenders are now separating themselves from the pack, and that pack will. Who knows what they'll do? 5-5, 6 wins. We'll find out.
We'll see.
It's now time for 5 Alive Games.
5 Alive Games. Sponsored by 5 Alive.
Which doesn't sponsor this segment. I just ripped off their name.
5 Alive. Sugar and corn syrup.
Yeah. Tropical fruit.
Sugar and juice.
Yeah. Give a nice Caribbean taste to it.
Yeah.
First game. Top Citizens against Rednecks. 9.5 points. Tops are favored by in this game.
I'm going to go I'm going Rednecks in here. Covered that. Well, not cover. Yeah, under the 9.5. I saw the Rednecks play. They're actually not that bad. They played against the flagrant, not the flagrant fouls. That's Division 6. Anyway, I forgot what team it was. But les Verges folles. And I saw them play. They're pretty good. Honestly, they're very good. They're a bunch of guys they have a lot of fun on the field, so it's cool. So I really want to see them do well. So hopefully they can make it a game against Top Citizen.
TDs and beers against the U. 6.5 point favorites are the TDs.
I'm going the U on this one. Shake and bake Shaq Lattimore, my boy. He's gonna be in Terry Tam's team of the week at the end of the season. I'll tell you that.
Maybe be a Stevie G of the week.
Maybe Stevie G of the week. Okay. I think that team has a lot of potential as well. The U.
Jagerbomb, Keyport Lock. 4.5 point favorites are the Jagerbombs.
I'm going Keyport Lock on this one.
Oh wow.
Keyport Lock is one of, like I mentioned last week. I love that team, man. They're just good. They do it for me. Okay.
V Nation Cougars 2.5 point favorites. So let's take them more or less. Not really.
I'm gonna go V Nation on this one. I think that Cougars, as good as they are with Sija, and they just don't have the
Testa.
They have Testa on the team. I didn't notice him.
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah,
Tony Tea Time Testa.
Yeah, a huge game.
He did, eh?
Huge game.
Sija. I mean, all the old St. Leonard Cougars that I used to play against when I played for the Mustangs.
Yeah.
And,
they always choked up.
Yeah, they choked me. Well, no, actually, no. That team won. They won, and then in 2001, and then we lost. Then we beat them in 2002.
Yeah, when they went to junior though, they all choked.
Yeah.
Steamroll OFC, and they would choke.
Whatever.
Yeah, Cougars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going Cougars on. Actually, I'll go V Nation on this one.
Finally, Tomahawk against FOTC fans Cougars and
FOTC. No.
Point spread.
Oh, sorry.
7.5 point favorites. Tomahawk.
I'm not thinking FOTC. I'm thinking Tomahawk.
So you plus points.
Yeah, Tomahawk. See, I get a semi Woody when I talk about Keyport Lock, and then I get the other half is when I talk about Tomahawk Nightmare. So I'm full boner with this top 5 alive right now.
Okay.
Full out erect. And so I'm going Tomahawk by 7.5.
All right.
FOTC though, champ. It's in Gilman. Got your back. Not bad. But I don't think you can be able to do anything this week.
By the way, of course, Uncle Mike's show coming up next. We gotta do it. I gotta watch this right now in the other room. So as you know, they have a sponsor called 57 Cows. I went there with Eagle, and we enjoyed it. So anyway, they want us to have our.
You calling me out?
I'm calling you out, man.
You calling me out?
They want us to have our falafel off.
Falafel off.
Yeah.
Say that 20 times.
Yeah, it's in a row.
Falafel off.
So we're doing this or what?
Yeah, I'm down, man.
I'll
but the thing
crush
is,
you.
like I told you last time when we did the Uncle Mike show, the comeback of the Uncle Mike show in the new studios.
Which we're here right now.
You have something that my friends and I called Pat Burns.
Go ahead.
It means your puss is burning, man. I'm telling you, you're not gonna be able to finish. You're gonna say, you know what, Terry Tam, I gotta watch my waistline. I gotta take care of my waistline. The babes,
I'll give you
want to
this.
look at me.
I'll give you
I got
this.
a girlfriend. I don't really care about my waistline anymore.
Well, you want to do 100 poutines again, Terry.
Yeah, no, 50. I said one a week.
You know it's wedding season this year, okay?
It's wedding season.
Okay.
And we got a few together.
Yeah, we have a few.
Forget about Vanessa. You're my date, bud. That's what's gonna
My
happen.
roommate.
Hey, what about me?
You have GM.
Well, you can go with P's and GM, whatever.
You guys go together. We're a team over here.
We're a team. We'll be sitting at the same table, getting schwasted.
Probably.
Maybe Vanessa will drive, pick me up, drop me out, pick me up. Hey, babe.
How do you pick up at 2 o'clock?
My roommate.
2:45?
Vanessa.
Okay, thank you.
Vanessa, my roommate.
Yeah. Well, here, I'll give you the example. You're like a Big Ten team, girth. You can, the meat and potatoes.
I'm a meat and potato. Yeah, I got a lot of
I'm
girth.
like a hybrid Pac-12
Who are you talking to,
SEC.
man? Who are you talking about, my girth?
I'm talking about you can eat. I'll give you that. But, I am the Pac-12 and SEC combined, my friend.
Okay, you told me you're going to be the Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon you. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Time's
So you told me, as one last thing, you told me you're going to be the Oregon. Oregon lost, so I'll be Ohio State and I'll beat your ass.
Okay,
All
sure.
right,
All
that's
right.
the end
We're
of the
doing
show.
this 57 calories. We're going to have this eat off. We'll have film camera crews out there. And do it. Finally, what did you learn today?
I learned that you never mention Twitter handles.
At Terry Tam FPF,
Thank
at Moe
you.
Khan 19, at Flag Plus.
And I also learned that
Well, I thought it'd be showing up on the screen, right? I don't know.
it does,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's always good to say.
I know. Anyway, thanks to Eagle, GM, who's sitting in the corner as usual. The Gerotron 3000, that's gorgeous.
New addition to the team.
New addition to the team. Coming up next, the Uncle Mike Show here in Coast to Coast Studios in North Central Eastern Laval.
Downtown, West Town.
We'll see you next week on You'll Never Walk Alone, and we'll have our Stevie G of the week. Enjoy your week and your weekend. We'll see you next week.